Yes, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the online education for the English medium organized by the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai. So today, it is the class is for standard 9th and the subject we are studying is science. So the topic that we are continuing is the current electricity. Okay, and today the subtopic that we are going to learn is about the concept of resistors in series. My name is Vishal Sudhir Chaudhary, and I am from the Kurar Village MPS English Secondary School. Okay, so let us first of all recall what we had done in the previous class. Okay, so in the previous class, we had studied the concept of potential difference, where in the concept of potential difference, we had seen how the electricity will always flow from a point of higher potential to a point of lower potential. That means the electricity will always flow from the positive terminal to the negative terminal, right? Then the next concept that we saw was the concept of free electrons, right? So in the concept of free electrons, we studied that in a metal, right, the outermost electrons in the atom are very loosely held. Okay, so when a potential difference is applied across any metal, those electrons will flow under the potential difference, right? Now you need to remember electrons are negatively charged, right? So electrons will always flow from the negative terminal to the positive terminal, right? That is called as an electronic current. But your normal current that flows, it flows from what? The positive terminal to negative terminal, right? So if I can mention here, electrons will flow from the electrons will flow from the negative terminal to the positive terminal, right? Whereas your normal electric current will flow from the positive terminal to the negative terminal, right? That you need to remember. Okay. Then today we are going to study the concept of resistance and Ohm's law, about the concept of electrical circuits, right? Symbols for electrical components and concept of conductors and insulators. Right. Now, before we move into the concept of resistance, let us briefly discuss what are conductors and what are insulators, right? Now, any substance which has the ability to conduct electricity are called as conductors. So substances like metals, all metals like copper, iron, then alloys such as steel, right? They happen to conduct electricity. Whereas substances that do not conduct electricity are called as insulators, right? So substances such as plastic, wood, they do not conduct electricity, right? So such substances are said to be insulators. Okay, so now further we will see the concept of resistance and the concept of Ohm's law. Now, before we begin concept of Ohm's law, we will just briefly discuss what are resistors, right? Now, a resistor is a two-ended component having a given amount of resistance between its two ends. Now, what is resistance? Resistance means an obstruction to the flow of electricity. Now, let us consider that when in a circuit, an electricity is flowing. Okay, and if you connect a resistor in the circuit, what will happen? The resistor will stop or will obstruct the electricity to flow. मतलब resistor क्या करेगा? Electricity flow को कम करेगा. Okay, and as you can see in the image here, there are various types of resistors which are color coded. मतलब means depending upon the color codes, they have different resistances. मतलब some of them can have high resistance, whereas some of them can have low resistance. Okay, then let us now go back to your Ohm's law and try to understand what it is exactly, right? Now, Ohm's law is one of the most important laws that we come across in the concept of current electricity. Okay, now what does it give you? Now, Ohm's law gives a relationship between the current flowing through the wire. That means the relationship between I, current, and the potential difference across its ends, that is V. Okay, so Ohm's law will give you the relationship between I, which is the current flowing through the circuit, and V, that is the voltage across the 2 points in the circuit. Okay, now let us see what the statement says. If the physical state of a conductor remains constant, physical state means what? Thus, if the wire is a metal, so the metal will remain a solid and its temperature will remain constant, right? So if the physical state of the conductor remains constant, the current I flowing through it is directly proportional to the potential difference V between its two ends. Now, what does this statement mean? Directly proportional means what? As the current increases, the voltage will also increase. On the other hand, if the voltage increases, the current will also increase. And it goes vice versa, means if the voltage decreases, the current will also decrease. इसका मतलब ये होता है कि if the voltage across the two ends of a conductor is increasing, the current will increase. If the voltage decreases, the current will also decrease. Okay, so it is a most important concept, right? So mathematically, it is represented as I current is directly proportional to V, that is the voltage, as you can see here in this equation here. Okay, now when you remove the constant, when you remove the symbol of proportionality, means this symbol alpha, right? It is a symbol for proportionality. So when you remove that symbol and replace it by an equal sign, we introduce a constant, right? So I becomes equal to constant K into V, right? So this is the new equation. As you can see here, I equals to K into V. Okay, now here K is the constant which is generally represented as resistivity. Okay, now we know that 1 by K is equal to R, which is the resistance of a conductor. Okay, so our equation that we had obtained earlier is what? I equals to K into V, right? Now, if you rearrange this equation, means if you take this K on the left hand side, what will happen? It will change as I, just a minute. It will change as, I'll write on the right hand side. It will change as I equals to K into V. If you take that K on the left hand side, it will become I divided by K equals to V, or you can write it as I into 1 by K equals to V, which is our equation over here, as you can see. Okay, now at just we had discussed 1 by K is what? R. So if you replace this 1 by K by your term R, which is your resistance, right? What will happen? The equation will change as I into R equals to V, right? Or we can write it down as V equals to IR, which is the most important equation. And this equation is called as your Ohm's law, equation of Ohm's law, right? Okay, this is the very important equation. Okay, so we will be using it over and over again. Okay, so let us discuss it again, right? What does the Ohm's law state? The statement says that if the physical state of a conductor remains constant, the current flowing through it or flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference V between its two ends. So the equation that you need to remember here is V equals to I into R. Okay, that means the voltage across any conductor is the product, means is the multiplication of the current and the resistance. So if you multiply I current multiplied by the resistance, you will get the voltage that is there across the conductor. Okay, then if we move on further, we had just discussed about the concept of resistors, right? So resistors are devices which happen to obstruct the flow of electricity across a conductor. Okay, so if you can see the resistance of a system of resistors, now there are various ways by which a resistor can be connected in a circuit. Now as you can see here in the diagram, you can see those various resistors in the circuit here. If I can mark these for you, you can see there is a resistor over here. Then you can see there are multiple, so many resistors over here, right? Then you can see all of these different resistors which are combined here in the circuit, right? So depending upon the requirement of the circuit, you can have various numbers of resistors which are connected in the circuit. Now there are two main ways by which the resistors can be connected in a circuit. That is, the first one is a series connection, and the next one is a parallel connection. Okay, so there are two ways by which your resistors can be connected in the circuit. Okay, so we will just discuss the way, right? So resistors of a system of resistors. So there are two methods to connect the resistors in a circuit, and these methods are, the first one is the concept of resistors in series, and the second is the concept of resistors in parallel. So today we are going to be discussing in detail the concept of resistors in series, right? So there is a distinct way in which we have to connect those resistors, right? Now let us try to understand this with the concept of a circuit diagram, right? Now if you can see it here in the diagram, right? Now here you have the main circuit diagram. Now first of all, let us discuss the components of this circuit one by one. Okay, now right in the middle here you have the power source, that is a battery, which is denoted by the symbol E. Now there are those two symbols, the positive terminal and the negative terminal, right? Then just across the power supply we have the plug key, which is just a switch, right, which is used to switch on or off your circuit. Then here on the left hand side we have an ammeter. Okay, okay, now you need to remember ammeter is a device which is used to measure the current in a circuit, right? So current is given as what? Symbol I. Okay, and one more concept is ammeter is always connected in series. Now we will discuss exactly what does it mean. Series means what? When their components are connected one after the other, end on end. मतलब एक के पीछे एक या एक के आगे एक. When you connect the different components, it is said to be a resistor, or it is said to be a series connection. Then if you come across, you have these 2 points further, point X and point Y, right? Now between those 2 points X and Y, you can see we have those three resistors, which is R1, R2 and R3. Now the symbol for a resistor is a zigzag line, right? So you can see this symbol here, which is a zigzag line. It shows what? A resistor. And you can see there are those three resistors which are connected, and then they are in between these points X and Y. And then this circuit is completed, right, by connecting those wires. Now there is one more component, which is a voltmeter here, which is given by the symbol V. Now voltmeter will measure the voltage across any 2 points. Now you must remember, a voltmeter is always connected in parallel. Now what does that parallel connection mean? Right, now if you take those 2 points, if you take points X and point Y, right? Okay, now the main conductor is this. The main conductor is a straight line between those points X and Y, right? Now when you connect a voltmeter in a parallel form, as you can see, this wire is parallel to the main wire between the points X and Y, right? So that is a parallel connection. Okay, and a parallel connection will help you to measure the potential difference, voltage between the 2 points X and Y, right? Whereas the ammeter will measure the amount of current that is flowing through this point. Okay, so you need to remember this. So ammeter, what does it do? It measures the amount of current that is flowing through the circuit, and voltmeter will measure the potential difference. So that means what? You can connect a voltmeter, say over here. As you can see, if I connect a voltmeter across these 2 points, what will this voltmeter do now? It will measure the voltage across the resistor R1. Say for example, if I connect a voltmeter over here in this form, now what will this do? It will measure the voltage across resistance R3. Okay, now if you look at this voltmeter over here at the bottom, now what is this voltmeter doing? It is measuring the potential difference between point X and Y. That means it is measuring the voltage across all the three resistors R1, R2 and R3. Okay, now let us try to understand this further. Okay, so yeah, now as you can see here in the diagram, you can see the red box shows that this voltmeter, right, is measuring the voltage V across these 2 points X and Y. Okay, now if we move on further, right, now there are these three resistors which are R1, R2 and R3, right? So if you can see, this voltage V is a total voltage across all the three resistances R1, R2 and R3. Okay, now because they are connected in a series combination, means if we can see the ends of these resistors, they are connected one after the other. That means there is no other way for the current to flow. So current flowing through these three resistors will be constant, right? So I, the value of I will be the same. Current flowing will be constant, right? Whereas what will happen? The potential difference, voltage will be different across these three resistors, right? So that is what we are trying to understand. Now let us see further what does it say. Okay, now if you can see here now, if we connect the voltmeters, as I had shown you previously, say for example, if I connect a voltmeter over here, say if I connect a voltmeter across resistor R1, right? What will it measure? This voltmeter will measure voltage, that is V1, as you can see over here, right? If I connect one more voltmeter, say over here, in that manner, what will happen? It will measure voltage V2. Same way, if I connect the voltmeter in this format here, it will measure the voltage V3. Okay, so the voltage V1 is across a resistor R1. The voltage V2 is across resistor R2, and the voltage V3 is across resistor R3. But one important thing that you need to understand here is the total voltage, that is the V, across all the three is a sum, means is addition. That means I can write down total voltage V equals to voltage V1 across resistance R1 plus voltage V2 across resistor R2 and voltage V3 across resistor R3. Okay, so the total voltage between the points X and Y will be the individual voltages across all the individual resistances. मतलब इन तीनों resistors के बीच में, means ये resistor R1, resistor R2 और resistor R3 का जो वोल्टेज होगा V1, V2 और V3, इनका जो एडिशन होगा वो टोटल वोल्टेज होगा. Okay, so let us study further. Okay, yes, that is what I had mentioned. Now, just previously, we had studied Ohm's law, right? Now, what was the statement for Ohm's law that we had derived? The statement of Ohm's law was what? Yes, the statement of Ohm's law was what? V equals to IR. Okay, fine. Now, what I had told you, the current across the point X and Y will be constant, right? Because there is no other way for the current to go. Okay, so what will happen? The value of I will remain constant. The value of I will not change. Okay, but the voltage V1, right? The voltage V1 will be equal to I into R1. Then voltage V2 will be equal to I into R2, and voltage V3 will be equal to I into R3. Now, what have we done here? We have applied Ohm's law across the 3 points, means across the 3 resistors. So when we apply Ohm's law for resistor R1, we get this first equation, V1 equals to IR1, as you can see here, IR1. Then we apply Ohm's law for resistor R2, we get the value V2 equals to IR2. Then we apply Ohm's law across resistance R3, we get V3 equals to IR3. As you can see, I have written this equation over here. Okay, then previously what we had discussed, the total voltage across all the 3 resistors, means across the 2 points, that is point X and point Y. As you can see in the diagram here, we have connected all the 3 resistors R1, R2 and R3 between those 3 points, those 2 points X and Y, right? So the total voltage V will be equal to the sum of the individual voltages, that is V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay, fine. Now what we had previously discussed, V equals to IR, right? Then just now we wrote V1 equals to IR1. Then we had wrote V2 equals to IR2 and V3 equals to IR3. So if we substitute all of these values in this equation, right? If you put all of these values in that equation, let us see what do we get. Okay, as you can see, if RS where the subscript S stands for series, means the connections of the resistors is made in series, right? So if RS is the effective resistance between point X and Y, then according to Ohm's law, what do we get? V equal to IRS. Right? So we have seen V equals to IRS, the total voltage. Then voltage across resistor R1 will be given by V1 equal to IR1. Then voltage across resistor R2 will be given by V2 equals to IR2. And voltage across resistor 3 will be given as V3 equal to IR3, right? As you can see, substituting equations 2 and equations 3 in equation 1. Now, what was our equation 1 from the previous page? The equation 1 was V equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3. This was our equation 1. Okay, so as you can see, the values of equation 2 and 3, we are substituting here in this equation from the previous slide. So what do we get? V equals to IRS, right? So IRS equals to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3, right? Now, if you further take I common, what will we get? What will we get? Just a minute, let me clear this. What do we get? IRS equals to, if I take I common, what do we get? IRS will be equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Then this I will get cancelled. So what do we get the final equation? RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now what does this further statement mean? Plus up to Rn. Now in this equation, or in this case, how many number of resistors have we connected, students? We have connected only 3 resistances, right? If we connect more number of resistances, R4, R5, R6 up to Rn, if you can connect n number of resistors, then what will happen? The total resistance will be the sum, means the addition of all the number of resistors that you can have in the circuit. Okay, so far, right? Then if we move on further, now let us try to discuss what happens when the resistors are connected in a series combination. Okay, now you need to remember, what is a series combination? When the components are added one after the other, end on end. Okay, just like a train, when we are having, right, the coaches of a train add up end on end, just like that we are connecting those components. In this case, they are the resistors. Okay, so what does it say? The same current flows through each resistor, right? Now why does it happen so? Yes, now why does it happen so? The same current flows through each resistor. Now if you look at the circuit diagram, all the 3 resistors, they are connected across the same 2 points X and Y. Okay, so there is no alternate path for that current to flow. Okay, so the current flowing will be the same, right? The value of R will be I. So the value of I can write it to be a constant. Okay, next concept. The effective resistance of the resistors is equal to the sum of their individual resistances, as we had discussed previously, right? So the effective resistance, so in this case, what is the effective resistance? Rs. Now why do we write it as Rs? S stands for series combination, right? So IRS, so Rs will be equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Okay, okay. Then next point is what? The potential difference between the 2 extremes of the arrangement. 2 extremes means what? The 2 endpoints means the point X and the point Y, right? So the potential difference between the 2 extremes of the arrangement is equal to the sum of the potential differences across the individual resistors. That is what, na? That means what? V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Right? That means the potential difference across the 2 extremes. As you can see from the diagram here, what is the potential difference across the 2 extremes X and Y? The voltage across X and Y is what? V. Right? But we can divide that total V as V1, V2 and V3. All right, so that is what it says. The potential difference between the two extremes of the arrangement is equal to the sum of the potential difference across the individual resistors. Individual resistors means who? The R1, R2, and R3. Okay, so this is the important point that you need to understand. Then the next slide, what does it say? When resistors are connected in series, they are connected one after the other, as I told you, right? That is the most important fact. So they are connected one after the other, as you can see, R1, R2, and R3. So if I take, say for example, this is your resistor R1, say this is your resistor, say R2, and say this is your resistor R3. So you have to connect them one after the other, as you can see in the diagram, in a parallel combination. Now if I say I have a parallel combination of two resistors, samjho I have, say, this resistor R1, and say I have this resistor R2, right? In a parallel combination, we will connect them across points X and Y in a parallel way. How? Say for example, this here is your point X, and say this here is your point Y. So if I want to show you a parallel combination, let us place the two resistors parallel to each other. As you can see, so the resistor above is, say, resistor R1, and this one below is resistor R2. And now you have to connect them to a common point. This is a parallel connection. Right, which we will be studying in the further classes. Okay, right now what we are studying what? The series combination, right? So when the resistors are connected in series, they are connected one after the other. If any one of them does not function, the circuit will break and there is no flow of electricity. Let us say for example, if resistor R2 happens to malfunction, मतलब अगर समझो resistor R2 खराब हो जाता है, तो what will happen? यहाँ पर current में break आ जाएगा, so the circuit will not complete and the current will not flow. Okay, so this is a drawback of a series connection. Means when you connect appliances in series, if one of the appliances malfunctions, मतलब अगर एक appliance खराब हो जाता है तो पूरा circuit stop हो जाएगा. Okay, then next point, this arrangement is used to increase the resistance in the circuit. It is evident in the formula. अगर हमने formula लिखा हमारे series combination, if you write the formula, RS equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3, right? So that means because the total resistance is a sum, that means what? The overall resistance RS will be higher, right? So means if you want to increase the resistance in any circuit, what is the most simple thing that you can do? Just connect the resistors in a series combination. Okay, let us move on further. Okay, now let us take it with a day-to-day life examples, right? Now let us say that we have a simple circuit. Okay, say if two bulbs are connected in series, both will give less light than they had been connected individually. Now first of all, observe the diagram on the left hand side. Okay, now in that diagram, what do we have? We have a power source, a battery, which is represented by symbol E. Okay, and we have, say, a light bulb. Now remember, any appliance will act as a resistor. Let it be any appliance. It can be a light bulb, it can be a fan, it can be a mixer grinder, it can be a television, whatever it may be. Because these appliances are consuming electricity, they act as a resistor. Okay, so when we see the first bulb, okay, only one bulb when it is connected, right, the maximum amount of current flows through it and the bulb glows very brightly, as you can see with the color which is bright yellow. Okay, now let us connect now two bulbs in a series combination. Okay, now when you have those two bulbs connected one after the other, what will happen? The voltage will now get divided between those two, but the current flowing will be the same. Okay, so because the voltage is now divided, both the bulbs will have to share that voltage. Okay, so there will be a voltage drop. Okay, so as you can see from the color, the two bulbs, they are glowing less brightly as compared to the single bulb on the left hand side. The single bulb is glowing brightly, but when you connect two of them in a series combination, the two will be slightly dim. Now let us take this example further. If you take three bulbs, what will happen? If the three bulbs are connected in series, their light output will decrease further, means they will be still dimmer. Okay, all the bulbs connected in series do not get the same voltage of the power supply, as the voltage will drop across the three bulbs. Now look at the first diagram on the left hand side. You have only one light bulb there. So which is getting the maximum voltage, it glows the brightest. When you look at the diagram in the middle, there you have two light bulbs now. So two light bulbs, now they are sharing the total voltage. So there is a voltage drop. So they will be slightly dimmer than the first case. In the third case, what you can see in the third diagram, there are three light bulbs, right? So in that case, the three light bulbs are sharing the total voltage. Okay, so there will be a voltage drop and the light will get still dimmer. You need to remember current flowing will remain the same. Why? Because there is a same wire which is through which the current is going, right? Okay, what does it see? As all the bulbs get less voltage because the voltage gets shared by the bulbs connected in series, right? So when you connect them in series, the voltage gets shared and there is a voltage drop. So each bulb will get a smaller voltage. Also, the resistance of the circuit increases as the number of bulbs in the circuit increases, due to which current from the power supply is low. Yes, now because there are three bulbs and I had told you that any electrical appliance will act as a resistor. So because there are three resistances, what will happen? The overall resistance will be high. And we had learned in Ohm's law, V equals to IR, or current flowing to the circuit is directly proportional to the resistance. So if the resistance is high, the current will be low, right? So because the resistance is increasing, the current will decrease and hence the bulbs will glow dimmer, right? So this is how we have studied the concept of resistance in series. Now let us just go through what we have done or understood today. So let us go back initially to what we had seen. That was concept of your Ohm's law. Okay, let us revise this once again, right? So Ohm's law is a very important concept that you will be learning further in further standards and is one of the most important laws in current electricity. Okay, let us go through it again. The relationship between the current flowing through a wire, that is I, and the potential difference across its ends V is given by the Ohm's law. Means Ohm's law will give you the relation between the current I and the voltage V. Okay, so what does the statement say? If the physical state of a conductor remains constant, the current flowing through it is directly proportional to the potential difference between its two ends. That means what? That means what? The current I is directly proportional to the voltage V, right? So that when you remove the symbol of proportionality, what you get is a constant. So in this case, the constant is small k. So I equals to k into V, right? Where k is a constant of proportionality. Now we know that 1 upon k equals to R. So if you rearrange this equation, what do we get? I by k is equal to V. And we know 1 upon k is equal to R, which is resistance. So if you replace it, we will get what? I into R equals to V, or you can write V equals to IR. So this V equals to IR is the formula for your Ohm's law. Very important. We will be solving numericals further, right? Then we had seen the concept of what a resistor is. So resistor is a device which will decrease the current or which will obstruct the flow of electricity. All right. So as I told you, any appliance, any electrical appliance, you can treat as a resistor. It can be a fan, a light bulb, a mixer grinder, television, refrigerator, anything. Okay. So a resistor will be a two-ended component having a given amount of resistance between its two ends, right? So now there are various types of resistors. Now the unit for measuring resistance is ohm. Okay. So depending upon the value of that resistance, you have them as a color coded thing, right? So that we will learn in the further standards. Okay. So as you can see here in a circuit, right? What do we have? Depending upon the requirement of the circuit, you can have the resistors connected in either a series combination or in a parallel combination, right? So today we are studying the concept of series connection, where the resistors are connected one after the other in a single line. Okay, then, so as we had discussed, there are two ways in which you can connect the resistors. The first one is what? The resistors in series, and the second one is resistance in parallel. There are completely different results you obtain when you connect the resistors in these two ways. Okay, so let us see here. As you can see in the diagram, right? This is a typical circuit diagram. Okay, a circuit diagram will represent the way in which the different appliances or different components are connected in a circuit, right? So right at the bottom, we have the power supply, that is the E, right? On the left hand side, you have a plug key, which is used to switch on or off the circuit. Then on the left hand side, you have the ammeter shown by the symbol A. Ammeter measures the current flowing through the circuit, and an ammeter is always connected in series combination. Ammeter is never connected in parallel. If you want to measure the current flowing through individual, then it depends, right? Then next you can see you have those 2 points X and Y, across which you have connected those 3 resistors R1, R2 and R3, one after the other, right? So these 3 resistors are connected in a series combination. Okay, then you have that voltmeter, which is connected across the 2 points X and Y. Voltmeters are always connected in parallel. Why? Because voltmeters will measure potential difference across any 2 points. So the 2 points between which you want to measure the voltage, there you will be connecting the voltmeter across the 2 points. Okay, then next, as you can see here, the voltage V is across the point X and Y, which is measured by the voltmeter. Then, as you can see, the voltage across the 3 points, that is across resistor R1, resistor R2 and resistor R3, can be measured by connecting that voltmeter in between those individual resistors. Okay, so if you can see, when you connect the voltmeter across resistor R1, you will get the voltage V1. When you connect the resistor voltmeter across the resistor R2, you will get the voltage V2. When you connect the voltmeter across resistor R3, you will get the voltage V3, right? Then we know that the total voltage across points X and Y is given as the individual voltages, that is V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay, now if you apply Ohm's law for those individual voltages, say for example across resistor R1, if we apply Ohm's law, what do we get? V1 equals to IR1. If we apply Ohm's law for resistor R2, what do we get? V2 equals to IR2. If we apply Ohm's law across resistor R3, you will get V3 equals to IR3. Okay, and now if we substitute those values of V equals to IRS, then V1 equal to IR1, V2 equal to IR2, and V2 equal to IR3 in that equation 1, what do we get? As you can see here, RS, the subscript S is for a series combination, right? It is the effective resistance between point X and Y, which is given as V equal to IRS, right? Then we had written in the diagram previously, V1 equal to IR1, V2 equal to IR2, and V3 equal to IR3, right? So finally, the equation that you get, equation number 5, is what? RS. RS means S stands for series. So resistance across a series combination is equal to the sum, that is the addition of all of the individual resistances, that is R1 plus R2 plus R3. Because we, in our circuit diagram, we had only 3 resistances, R1, R2 and R3. Right? If you have more number of resistors, R4, R5, R6 up to Rn, you will have to add all of those individual values, right? And looking at the equation number 6, what can you comment? The total resistance of the circuit will go on increasing as you increase the number of resistors, right? What does it say, Dekho? If resistors are connected in series, the first point says the same current flows through each resistor. Why is it so? Because they are connected one after the other. Point number 2, the effective resistance of the resistors is equal to the sum of the individual resistances. That is what we saw in the previous equation, that is RS, the resistors in series or resistance for a series combination equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Then point number 3, the potential difference between the 2 extremes of the arrangement, that is between point X and point Y, is equal to sum of the potential difference across the individual resistors, right? That means V, total voltage V, equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay, then what does the next point say? When resistors are connected in series, they are connected one after the other, that we saw. Then if any of them does not function, the circuit breaks and there is no flow of electricity. That means agar out of the 3 resistors R1, R2, R3, if one of the resistors malfunctions, अगर एक कोई खराब हो जाएगा, what will happen? The circuit will break and no appliance will work, right? That means हमारे घर में the electrical supply होता है, the circuit boards which are there in our home, they cannot be in series combination. मतलब अगर आपका पंखा खराब हो गया तो आपका लाइट नहीं चलेगा, right? So that means a series combination will not work in a domestic usage. Okay, so that we will see in the next class, right? Then the next point, the arrangement is used to increase the resistance in a circuit, right? Because the total resistance will be the sum of the individual resistance. So if you want to increase the resistance in a circuit, you can just go on adding more and more resistances in a series connection, right? So we had seen that with an example, right, of by connecting number of bulbs one after the other in a series combination, right? So if 2 bulbs are connected in series, both will give less light than if they had been connected individually. So if you can see the diagram number 1 on the left hand side, there is only one light bulb, right? So it will get the maximum potential difference, so it will grow the brightest. Now if I connect one more light bulb, what will happen? The voltage will get shared between the 2 bulbs. Okay, so the 2 bulbs will grow slightly dimmer, right? And according to Ohm's law, what happens? If your resistance increases, the current decreases. That means the current flowing will decrease. So both the bulbs will get lesser current. Okay, so they will glow a bit dimmer. If I connect more number of bulbs, what will happen? If 3 bulbs are connected in series, then their light output will decrease further. And all bulbs connected in series do not get the same voltage of the power supply. And according to Ohm's law, as the number of resistors increases, what will happen? There is a potential drop. And if potential difference decreases, what will happen? The current also decreases. Okay, so each bulb will get lesser current and hence the bulbs will glow a bit dimmer. Okay, fine. So all the bulbs get less voltage because the voltage gets shared by the bulbs connected in the circuit, and also the resistance of the circuit increases as the number of bulbs in the circuit increases, due to which the current from the power supply is low according to your Ohm's law, right? So that is what we had for studying today. So today we had concluded the concept of what? Your resistors in series. Now students can go on asking any doubt. Yes, Pawan Rathod, what doubt you have? You have raised your hand. Ask the question, please. Yes. Rocky Roy. Yes, students. Please unmute and ask the question. Mohammad Rehan. Yes, students, can you hear me? Mayur sir?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear
Yes. Yes, yes. So students, please unmute and ask the question. Those who have raised the hands. Yes, Nidhi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, beta, ask the question.
सर पैरेलल कनेक्शन मतलब जब पैरेलल कनेक्शन रहेगा तो
हाँ.
फिर अगर एक फ्यूज हो जाता है तो क्या सर्किट पहुंचेगा?
हाँ, very good question बेटा. See, when you have 2 appliances in a parallel combination, और अगर समझो उसमें से कोई एक appliance fuse हो जाता है तो दूसरा चलते रहेगा बेटा, क्योंकि जो सर्किट है वो पूरा सर्किट ब्रेक नहीं होगा. There is still an option, right? So हमारे घर में जो सर्किटरी होती है, राइट ना, जो हमारे घर में वायरिंग होती है, इट इज ऑलवेज इन अ पैरेलल कॉम्बिनेशन. नहीं तो क्या होगा? इफ वी कनेक्ट ऑल द अप्लायंसेस इन सीरीज कॉम्बिनेशन, बिकॉज दे आर कनेक्टेड वन आफ्टर द अदर, अगर एक भी खराब हो जाता है तो दूसरे अप्लायंस को इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं मिलेगी ना, तो वो बंद हो जाएगा. सो इन अ पैरेलल कॉम्बिनेशन, even if one of the device is not working, if one of the device malfunctions, the other can work properly. This parallel combination concept we are going to study in detail in the next class. Okay, very good question beta. Next, who is there? Pooja Singh, bolo.
सर मेरे को रजिस्टर्स इन सीरीज समझ में नहीं आया सर।
बेटा रेजिस्टर्स इन सीरीज में क्या होता है, सीरीज में कॉम्बिनेशन में एक के पीछे एक रेजिस्टर्स हम लोग ऐड करते हैं
ओके सर।
after the other, means positive terminal connects to negative, negative connects to positive and so on. ऐसे एक के पीछे एक कनेक्शन करते जाएंगे हम लोग. Okay,
Okay,
and then
sir.
when we apply Ohm's law, right, then we will do this. Now what we will do is, पूजा बेटा आपका जो डाउट है, in the next class when we
Yes.
study parallel combination, I will revise the series combination first once again, and then we will start with parallel combination.
Okay,
Okay?
sir. Thank you, sir.
By that time, what you can do, take your textbook, read the
And revise.
properly the way in which the series combination is connected, read the Ohm's law, revise it once, and then you can understand it in the next class when we revise again. Okay? Yes. Who is there next?
Okay, sir.
Yes, beta. Bhakti. Yes. Please unmute and ask the question. Nidhi, you want to ask one more question?
सर
बोलो. Yes, Nidhi, बोलो.
आपका मीटिंग का टाइमिंग क्या रहेगा? बिकॉज सर 8 बजे से 9 बजे तक ज्वाइन होता है मीटिंग।
Yes. Now the timetable is always shared with you. The science class generally it is always at 10:30 or 10:45. Okay, so
Okay,
it will
sir.
be shown in the timetable, right? My name also will be there, Vishal Chaudhary, Science 1. Okay,
Okay, sir.
but you have to attend beta all the classes. Don't attend selective classes. Okay, because other subjects are also important.
करते हैं बट ज्वाइन नहीं होता है।
Okay. So you can connect to the YouTube live session, right? Now, instead of the if you are not able to join the Zoom class, there is in the link there is a YouTube link also given. So ये same class अभी right now YouTube live पे भी stream हो रहा है, तो आप वहां पर भी attend कर सकते हैं.
ओके सर।
Okay बेटा. Any more questions, students?
नो सर, थैंक यू सर।
Abdul Qadir. Mayur sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so students maybe have raised their hands by mistake. They are not replying.
हा मी त्यांना अनम्यूट करतोय सर, पण ते काय म्हणजे रिस्पॉन्ड नाही करत.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, sir. So we can conclude the class for today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.